All right, so we left off last time. You all woke up in a warehouse together, not knowing each other and missing 24 hours. You began your investigation, as it were, into trying to figure out what happened and what's going on. That investigation led you to a lower street level punk named Efrey, who tried running from you, but you eventually caught and got information out of him that led you to a bartender named Jax. Jax told you about the Nine Lives organization that was setting up shop in the area. That he isn't a part of, but that he was hiring some Nine Lives gentlemen who were going to be doing a job for him. It came out that those Nine Lives gentlemen ended up ditching the job, leaving Nectar, and taking off once they had the exact same thing happen to them. They woke up missing 24 hours. They got spooked, went to Jax, and quit the job. You guys came in 24 hours later saying the exact same thing. He promised to put you in contact with someone who could give you information about what might be going on if you completed the job that the other team quit on. That job includes getting onto the Axiom, a Starliner cruise ship, and making contact with a gentleman by the name of Taffy Lewis. Taffy Lewis has a package that Mr. White wants. Mr. White is the one that supposedly going to be able to give you the answers you need if you can complete this job. You have made it onto the Axiom, all under different guises. You guys were given all the information you needed to infiltrate the Axiom, security codes, you have access to a shuttle for your escape. Everything you need. You just need to complete the job now. We left off with Jimmy completely spooking Taffy inside of his room by asking him some questions that just did not add up and didn't make any sense about baggage and luggage, despite the fact that Taffy actually lives on this Starliner, so his baggage and luggage wouldn't be anywhere near, missing baggage or luggage. Then begin to ask him about Earth relics, and that really sealed the deal. And he turned off communications, and you guys are standing outside his door now, and he's refusing to talk to you. And that's where we've left it.
So Lady Killer would immediately say, "Please find yourself somewhere to be less conspicuous, and I will begin intrusion protocols on the Slithermorph. When I have subverted his systems, I will open the door from the inside."
Wait, Lady Killer, can I call in security? I can...
What was that?
Is he going to cut out again?
Oh no. It all seems so good.
Sal.
I'm just going to give Sal my mics next time I see him.
Alright, am I back?
You are back
For a
now.
moment.
Ah, dear Lord. Okay. Anybody hear what I said?
Nope.
No.
The first part was something like calling security, but then after that you went dark.
Great. Okay. Hold, please. Sorry. Hey, my idea is to call security in to evacuate this section of the ship, and then we can search through the room.
When we were looking at if we look at the cameras inside the room, does he have his briefcase on him?
There are no cameras in the room that you have access to.
Okay. But we saw a Slitheroid go in earlier.
You saw a Slitheroid go in, and you saw someone fitting Taffy's description on the video monitor, the two-way video monitor, when Jimmy tried making contact that way. Okay. Basically being the door-to-door salesman.
Right.
So you know there are two people in there, the Slitheroid and one that matches the description of Taffy Lewis.
So Lady Killer would respond to Roan and say, potentially, but however, I believe that this man will leave with his briefcase or not come out until he is sure that this one, and he pings Jimmy's mesh ID in the VPN, leaves. Perhaps it would be best to cause a distraction via security somewhere else on the ship. Perhaps fake an alarm somewhere to lure security away if this fails.
Oh, okay, I got you there. Hey, what about the bombs? Where are the bombs?
The bombs are over by engineering. I couldn't get them near the engine because some dickhead wouldn't let me in.
So last resort, we set those off?
Oh, not last resort. I'm doing it the moment we get the briefcase, baby. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Alright. Alright, let's do it.
Oh, anyway, less conspicuous. I'm just gonna go pretend like I'm fixing a vent over here or something. Wow, this vent's really fucked up. Gonna take some time.
Please take cover. And so I would, once the other two make themselves less right at the doorway, I will begin to try to hack this thing's mesh inserts, the Slitheroid, and I will take my time doing so. I'll just do a normal infosec test.
Jimmy's just sorry.
No, go ahead.
Jimmy's just going to grab this plant right here, and he's going to go walking back and forth down the corridors and stuff like that with this plant like he's got somewhere to go.
I'm going to be patrolling over in this area.
Okay. Okay, so you guys have your plan. The holes are quiet right now. It's basically the layout is pretty much what you see here, and it looks like Lady Killer, hacker extraordinaire, has something in mind here. What's your first move? Is Lady Killer gone now too?
Oh no.
Hold on 1 second, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure it's that exciting chapter in Tet's life where his child wanders into the room.
Walking up and down this aisle, carrying a fucking plant. Don't mind me.
I just keep staring at the thing carrying the plant.
I pretend to fix a vent and look at Jimmy with disdain.
Damn.
I'm sorry, what was that? You got a phone call.
We're just all talking shit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, what do you want me to do, David?
I want you to go ahead and kind of describe to me what it is you're attempting to do now.
So he begins to probe the mesh inserts of the Slitheroid and attempts to gain access to the cyber brain in the Slitheroid using his wealth of knowledge and wetware that is installed on his morph.
Okay. So that would be an opposed test.
Yep.
And since it isn't a brute, it's going to be what you call it, at a -30 because it is a cyber brain.
Correct.
So you're going to be at an opposed test versus his infosec and your infosec. So go ahead and make an infosec test.
I passed.
1 compared to 0. 25. That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem right at all. What happened there?
Do you know what his stat is for it, or? This could be close.
I failed anyway.
There we go. He passed. So you didn't make the intrusion test. You weren't able to successfully kind of probe what's going on there. Did you just draw a bush, Jimmy? He's carrying that bush around.
Yes.
But no alarms were set off. But the muse has become semi-alerted, and you're aware of that.
So Lady Killer looks. Well, he doesn't look. He states to Randall, and he says, "I will attempt a new vector. This will draw their alert immediately, so I would ask you, upon my request, to set off your explosives."
Yeah, sure, just let me know. And I have my finger on the button, just waiting.
Alright, I'm gonna try brute force this time.
Yeesh.
Do I need to get closer to the door?
Yeah, you might want to.
So again, it's going to be an opposed infosec test.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you guys are ready.
There we go, that's better.
And he failed his. So immediately, the muse knows that there has been a successful takeover of her host, 8-Ball, and you have complete access and control over 8-Ball.
So
right now.
yeah, so I would immediately attempt to puppet the morph, which just so you know, I need to make another infosec test at a -20 versus them.
To control them.
Yeah, to completely puppet them. I have access to everything, but to do any kind of subversion, I need to actually roll.
That's right, yeah. So
And
right
it's,
now,
it's at a -20 for me because I'm locked, right?
You are completely locked, yep. Yeah, the muse is locking you out right now as soon as you got in there, because it was obvious it was a brute force hack.
Yep.
There was no sneaking in. You broke right in through the code gates, and the muse immediately locked everything down. So it's at a -20 to get control of 8-Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy.
Nice. So it's an opposed, so you can roll too.
Yep. Jesus. He is failing miserably. The muse tries alerting 8-Ball. Sir, infiltration. Sir, infiltration. Sir, infiltration. And 8-Ball struggles with it for just a moment, and before he can get a warning out to alert Taffy, he immediately loses all control of his systems.
So,
but
explain. Yeah, go ahead.
To have complete control over something, all your attention has to go into doing that.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, I got this fucking plasma cutter to just open this door up.
So if you attempt to open the door, you'll have to release control of 8-Ball.
Oh no, I would go with 8-Ball physically and open the door.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have 8-Ball open it from the inside.
Yeah. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna go hit the button. So the Slitheroid.
I don't know if these fucking bombs or what, man.
One moment. Access complete. And so the Slitheroid, does he have any weapons on him, that kind of thing?
You see that he does have he has like a loadout package that includes first aid gear. I actually have some of it written down here of what he's carrying with him. He has basically a loadout package of first aid gear and like smoke grenades and things like that. Mm-hmm. He has some shock grenades and smoke grenades. But that's it. Other than a wrist laser is his only offensive weapon.
Okay. So
and you can find wrist laser in the book. Exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So do I see?
Anybody else in the room?
Does he what's out?
Does he know if anybody else is in the room besides Taffy?
Yeah. Good question.
Well, I mean, if you're looking through 8-Ball's eyes, I mean, you can't read his memories or anything like that. That would require surgery.
Yeah. I'm physically looking around the room.
Yeah, physically looking around, you see Taffy Lewis standing right in front of you, like he was just talking to you. And he's like, "Hey, 8-Ball, did you hear any of that? Did you just hear anything I said to you?"
Does he have do I see his briefcase anywhere?
Looking around the room, you don't see any obvious briefcase lying around. Yeah, you don't see any obvious briefcase lying around. It's a large, like 20 by 20 room, and on the far left and right corners at the ends of the rooms, there are doors leading into other rooms.
Mm. So the Slitheroids just kind of like pushes past Taffy Lewis, and Lady Killer says, "Ignite bombs now," and then at the same time the Slitheroid just opens the door.
Definitely put some blows up. Then push that button.
So, are you setting off bombs right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the engine area. Not in the engine, but near it.
And you're opening the door?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And Lady Killer announces, "There is another person in here. Prepare for combat."
Jimmy pulls out his little shank.
My rifle is ready.
1 second. Let me just kind of get organized here a little bit, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8-Ball right there.
Okay.
And I can actually, let's see. Oh yeah, his hand laser is already written into his macros. Actually, I'll just roll for him so that way you can keep control of Tetnak and...
I mean, you could just give me control of him too. That's be fine. If that's what you want to do. Doesn't matter. It's one thing, less thing you have to deal with.
Assuming control.
Assuming control. So now Lady Killer has complete control over 8-Ball. And when you guys walk in, the doors open, and the first thing you see is Taffy standing in the back. And he's looking shocked because he just saw 8-Ball walk over and just open the door and let you guys in. He's completely kind of blown away by that. And
Jimmy's still holding the plant. He's like, "You guys stick in fire." And he nods over to Roan. He's like, "Yeah."
And then from the other side of Taffy, you see someone standing in obvious bioweave armor that looks, sculpted to them personally, like part of their musculature, walking up and just immediately starts saying, "I need to know who all of you are right now." And everyone roll for initiative.
Ooh boy.
Is hide good or bad?
Hide's good.
The question is, when I puppet someone, do I use their stats or my stats? It's like a combo, right? I'm going to use my stats, my ego stats on their more stats.
You're using your ego, but their more stats.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're lucky you made it over to that door to open it.
Your schematics are fucking garbage, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
You should just let me fucking put the plasma cutter to this thing's head and hack somebody else's brain. To be honest.
I'm going to actually go search for the damn briefcase while you guys fight, probably.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you walk in and immediately you see the room. It looks just like this. There's these white circles here are large marble pillars that block line of sight. So right here, the other ones, those are all large like marble pillars. In the center of the room, there's a fountain. It's a fountain of light. It's kind of like how a water fountain works, but instead of water, it uses nanoparticles to actually bend light and create like shimmering rainbow kind of looks. So it's a light fountain coming through. There's some plants around the room. There's some large lounge chairs, a computer workstation. Basically doing what you see in front of you, and the bodyguard, Taffy's bodyguard, immediately draws her weapon and orders you guys, "I need to know who you all are." And Randall gets first response.
That's Roan first. For some reason, Roan's initiative didn't come up. Rolled 19.
Oh, why does it say 11?
I have no idea. I'm looking at it here. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah, it's definitely a 19. You rolled a 10.
yeah,
Okay.
right below where Jimmy.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I don't know why it says 19. Let me fix that. It says 11 on the...
Blue drag operating.
Okay. And then it's going to be Roan. He gets the first action.
I shoot. Can I shoot and move? Or just shoot? What can I do?
You can move as a half action and shoot as a full action. There's different types of actions. But a half action, you can move partially, not your full movement like running, but a short move.
Yeah, like right there, take cover.
Yeah, see because I can take cover and use my smart link on my rifle to shoot around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should be able to move
it gives you better aim. You can't shoot around objects.
Yeah, that's what it says on the smart link that I got.
Okay, let's confirm that. I know the smart link lets you have a Nero link to your weapon that gives you better use of the weapon, but you have to have. There are trackers.
Smart links incorporate a micro camera that allows the user to see what the weapon's pointed at, fire around corners, etc.
Yeah, I think that's just
to fire around corners, meaning you don't have to poke your head out and look.
Yeah,
you can poke your head, you can put the weapon out around corners and shoot, but the bullets aren't going to travel around corners. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I like. That pillar. I don't know how to highlight it,
But he should be able to maintain full cover while he's doing that.
Yeah, he'll get a +10 to a shot too. Right. You can shoot around. I mean, you can duck out from cover and shoot and stuff like that. I don't think it.
So the way cover is going to work, hard cover is anything, of course, solid. It's a -30 to hit. Medium cover is anything like wood or things like that. That's going to be a -20 to hit. Soft cover is anything that you could, bushes, plants, things like that. Soft is a -10 to hit.
Okay. So that's what I'm asking. So I can move. I can move there, right? That
You can-
spot.
Yep,
And then I can still shoot on this action, or I can't.
you can.
Oh, okay. So that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Okay. At the bodyguard.
That Tappy?
Bodyguard.
Oh, the bodyguard. Okay.
Yeah, the one in red.
Okay.
All right. So what do I roll? So I get +10. What do I roll under kinetic on my weapon? Because I only have heavy pistol up here. Dave.
I'm sorry, you were cutting out again.
Ah, crud. Do I roll on kinetic weapons?
Yes, it's going to be your kinetic weapons.
Okay. So I roll on it. I have a +10 to the smart link, right?
And you get a +10 to the smart link. Yes.
Okay.
And she's out in the open. So there's no...
All right. So I rolled a 49 compared to 95?
85?
Or 80. Well, +10.
Yeah,
Okay, yep. So let me pull her up. She's going to use her fray to try and jump out of the way. So you go running up to the pillar, and smart link, you have her basically locked in on your smart link, and put your gun around the corner to try and fire at her. You aim in her direction, and let me find her chart here. And it's fray divided by 2.
So 45.
Yeah, so she does not make it, so you hit her. And what is your damage value of your weapon?
2d6 +10.
Ooh.
Disgusting.
That's a rifle.
I do D10 damage with my knife.
2d6 +10.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
What do I... Okay, hold on. So I gotta roll one more of those.
14, 24.
24.
So 24. She immediately... Her wound threshold is 9. You did 24 with 1 hit.
Yeah.
So she immediately, you fire at her, and they all hit her basically center mass. You see her just kind of riddled and bouncing around as she came running out. You just immediately got the drop on her and started taking shots. And she automatically takes 3 wounds.
What's her durability? Because that might be a death rate. She might be dead.
I guess I could put that in. Her durability is 45.
Oh, okay.
So she's not dead.
No.
Dead yet. Not dead yet.
Drop your weapon. Damn, that hurt.
But she is going to take a -30 to her actions from here on out.
Spicy.
It's Randall's turn.
Okay, so how far can I move in a quick action? Give me an idea.
It's essentially four spaces on this.
4 spaces?
Yeah, so, I mean, this is a small room.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, could I do a quick and a complex, which would be a movement attack and a turn?
You can do a quick and a complex, yes.
Okay. So I don't want to expose myself to Taffy. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out the range. I can shoot 15 meters with my plasma cutters. I'm trying to figure out what my range, where I should go to get a shot on somebody.
Yeah, you're pretty much in range of anyone in this room right now.
Oh, baby. Alright. That changes things. So I'm going to go here. Well, before I do that, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and... You don't need to know our fucking names. Give us the fucking briefcase! And I'm going to run over behind the pillar. And, I guess I'll follow up on that. So I'm rolling beam weapons. Oh, baby.
And it's a
Good
hit.
Life's going good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she's going to roll her fray to try and dodge that.
Minus 30, though.
Yep.
Now, is it minus 30 divided by, or is it...
It would be minus 30, then divided by.
It's still
So,
fast.
45, so still not going to pass. So you hit her. She is going to go ahead and
David, that passed.
Yeah,
Because you would do 90 minus 30, 60 divided by 2.
oh, there you go. Yes. So you go to fire at her, and holding her wounds, she just kind of ducks, tucks, and rolls right out of the way of it.
Punk ass lied, motherfucker! I'm gonna go mess around with my gun a bit.
And then it's Jimmy Jones.
So is that hologram thingy in the middle provide any cover, or is it just that?
That provides the medium cover I was talking about.
Okay, yeah.
So those pillars are hard cover. That would provide medium cover.
And I'm going to hide behind this cover, and I'm going to try a deception roll. And I'm just going to shout out, "Not alive sends their regards."
Who?
9 lives.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and roll.
One second, sorry, I lost everything when I reloaded.
Oh, man.
So you scream, you yell out, 9 lives, sends their regards, and immediately Taffy looks over at his bodyguard. He's like, 9 lives? He totally believes that you guys are 9 lives. You get that from his reaction. Siobhan's turn. She runs over here, opens the door, and comes in.
What?
What?
She just leaves?
No, she went through that door. And then
Two doors.
And you hear her. Oh, she went through this door over here.
Okay.
Yes, there's a door right there.
Okay.
And she yells at Taffy, "Sir, through the door over here!" And pops out smoke into this area here, and it starts filling up with smoke.
Okay.
It's Taffy's turn. Under the cover of smoke, you see him start heading that direction. It is Lady Killer's turn.
I'm going to, yeah, I don't know. I will. So I think the suitcase is probably over in that room then, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's over there.
I suggest you follow before they open the door. He'll move. I'm going to try a free running roll. This is going to be hilarious. But just to move as fast as I can in that direction. If I fail, it doesn't
Oh boy.
Free running is basically parkour. And you have 0 skills.
I have 10. I did all the math. I have 5 semantics, and so does the Morth. So I just move 4. I don't move any extra.
So you see Lady Killer, who is in control of 8-Ball right now, try and slither around the pillars in the fountain. He's kind of bumping into the sides of him as he goes along, and just kind of barely makes it to that chase lounge right there before he just has to stop and get his bearings again.
Wouldn't be a problem if he had a body.
And then, do I go again, Dave? My second one this turn?
Yes, you actually get another turn, and then Siobhan will get another turn.
Okay. So I want to go here, I guess, and see if I can see, and if I can.
It's a closed door.
Oh, they closed it.
Yeah, it's a a sci-fi door. Shoot, shoot. It opened and closed.
So how far can I move then? If that's all I'm doing?
You could make it to the door easily if that's all you're doing. As your whole move, you can make it to the door.
Okay. So I make it to the door, and I just basically I yell, "Give us the briefcase and you live."
And you don't hear anything from inside.
They took the fucking vents. I knew I shouldn't have missed. Could have been done already.
So Siobhan actually gets another turn as well because of her. She actually gets 3 turns. So she'll take her second turn. You don't know what that is or what she's doing. And then she'll take her third turn. And you don't know what that is.
So I get extra mental turns per round as well, right?
You can do something different if you'd like. If you want to let 8-Ball have control of his body back.
Oh no, I'm gonna shut down the morph. So to put it in stasis.
Put it in stasis?
Well, it basically reboots the morph. It looks like, so if a cyber brain is shut down, right, the morph immediately ceases activity, perhaps collapsing or rolling to a stop. The pods will appear to be in a coma. Its ego, however, will be rebooted along with the cyber brain.
Okay.
So Lady Killer's like, I am about to jettison this morph so I can open the door. Please destroy it. And
no fucking problem.
He will basically shut down the morph and depart the cyber brain after it's begun to reboot. So that would be my second action, mental action. I don't think since I did a physical action, I don't have any more this turn.
Yep. And then it starts back at the top with Roan.
Damn, Lady Killer's got to open his door, huh?
Yeah. Just shoot that morph.
I got it.
I mean, I can open the door, right?
Unless it's locked.
all of a sudden,
oh yeah.
you hear that. So go ahead and continue, Rome.
What do we hear? I get no music or anything. I'm sorry, David.
Alert, like sirens.
You hear an alarm going off.
Oh, hear an alarm.
At least
okay.
Everyone else does.
Okay. I try and open the door.
Rowan just tunes it out.
Yeah. So I try and open the door as part of my turn action.
Okay. You notice that it's a keypad, or there's like a panel there for either a keypad or biometric, or you can't just. There's no handle. You don't just open it.
We have admin privileges, so maybe if you could try to do that. We have admin privileges.
A lady killer would need to do that during his turn.
He can't interface with the computer.
Oh, he can interface with it. If he's going to use the keypad, you need to know the access code, the number. Having admin privileges, doesn't give you the code number. It's not something he just knows off the top of his head.
Okay.
I keep hitting the keypad. It's in the computer. All right, that's into my turn.
So it's Randall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up, and I don't know if there are rules for coup de grace, but he's not moving, so I'm just gonna put my fucking plasma cutter to the back of his head and melt him down.
So there's a static charge as the arc connects, and you hear the crackling of electricity, and you see the Slitheroid kind of tense, and the end of his tail shake and quiver a little bit, almost like a rattlesnake's tail, as he tenses up and then just goes limp.
Good riddance to fetish morphs. Step on his head.
And Lady Killer says, perhaps take his cortical stack. We might need it later.
Let me see if I didn't destroy that and be sure. I don't know.
Yeah, they can't be destroyed usually.
I mean, I don't know if I can do it this turn, but I guess I'll root around in his...
You can, yeah, I mean, you've been around enough cortical stacks, you know how to take one, and I'll let you take it.
Yeah, then pocket that. Be seeing you later, buddy. Go ahead, Yimmy.
So, I guess I'll just... How far can I like double run, or is that just... I can only go 4 and that's it?
No, if you take your whole action to move, you can... It's something like triple.
Alright, well, I'll just take my whole action, just catch up to Roan.
Okay. And then it's Siobhan's turn. Siobhan takes her turn out of view. You guys don't know what's going on. Taffy takes his turn out of view. You guys don't know what's going on. Then it is Lady Killer's turn.
I attempt to open the door.
With your access, the door easily opens up.
So I have mental speed and all that stuff, right? But I guess it would be... Depends whose turn it is now. It'd probably be Roan's turn, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking in.
You're looking in, and this is what you see. You see a computer facing you immediately as the doors open up. You see a computer facing you. You see what looks like 2, you're not sure what they are, some kind of chambers. They could either be health vats or something else. You don't know. And then you see Siobhan on the other side of one. She has her gun pointed right at you.
Yeah, basically say, where is the case?
Okay, are you going to take any kind of action?
Yeah, I'm just asking where the case is. I'm about to shoot.
Okay, no
Does
response.
Does it still give me a little cover where I'm at? Or no?
Well, yeah, you were both behind cover. You're both
Okay.
at a.
Oh, we're both behind? Alright.
I'm
So what
assuming
do I
you're not standing in front of the door right here, are you?
No, I was in this spot where I'm at. I thought I was one below it.
Yeah, this is right in front of the door right here. So
Okay. Oh, all three spots? Then I'm in open.
So yeah, you're just off to the side of the open door.
Okay, yeah, this is where I put myself. Alright, so I shoot. Use my smart link.
Okay, so it's a negative 30 to hit.
Alright, so I roll 38 versus 95.
Okay, so you obviously you make it. She's going to use her fray to try and dodge out of the way of that. Use the cover appropriately, and she does.
Damn you! Alright.
Your bullets go flying off of the the case there, ricocheting off of it. As she
don't I
uses
have
it
a
for
ricochet
cover.
rule?
What?
Ricochet rule. Can she get hit?
All right. Now, next person is Randall.
Lady
No, that was my second turn.
Oh, that was your second turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so my third turn will be used to. She's gonna fire her heavy pistol. She had been aiming, so she gets a plus 10, but
She
minus.
just, like, dodged.
But she
Miss.
She misses anyhow.
So on
I laugh at you.
on my second mental turn, can I try to figure out what this stuff is? Is it a forecasting station? Is it?
I mean, yeah, you can try and hack into this computer. This computer isn't set up to the ship's computer per se. It's on its own little network right there in this room. So it's not something that you were given access to with all of the ship access.
I don't have time, so because that would take me minutes to do. Do I have? Are there cameras inside this that are accessible through the inside, or is there anything like that, or?
You pick up the wireless signal of a single camera in this room.
Can I tell where the feed is?
In this area. The signal is looking basically. It's a camera aimed at a metal box, but it does not look like it matches the room that Roan is looking into.
Okay.
You don't see the canister. You don't see the canisters. You don't see the computer like that. You basically see a big metal box and a table.
I would suggest that someone go. Lady Keller's like, might have located the box, but it is not in these rooms. I suggest checking the other room.
Which other room?
He'd be referring to this over here.
Yeah, that's a door too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember there was a door to the left and to the right at the back of the room.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll cover this side if someone wants to go look.
No, I'll go do it.
Yeah, my third, I get one more mental action. So on my last mental action, I would look at the cameras in the hallway.
You don't see anything in the hallway, but with your access to the system that that alarm was still going off.
Okay. There is an alarm in progress. Unsure currently where this alarm has been generated from. Please continue quickly. That
They
will be
get
my
20
turn.
credits. It's from the engines.
Correct.
Alright, are we back?
Alarm due to explosion in the engine room.
So, is it Siobhan's turn again?
We're at the top now. We're at Roan. Because I get 3 mental actions per turn. Complex. 3 complex mental actions per turn. And they got 2, so I was last and done. So I think it's Roan's turn again.
Okay.
I just yell out, I got this bitch, and I shoot.
Okay, so that's going to be at a negative 30 to hit.
Oh,
no.
I miss.
Again, it goes bouncing off the canister. It's Randall's turn.
Alright, I'll check the other door and see if they're hiding shit in there or something. Probably 2 moves to get there.
You can try to... Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to open it with my cutter unless I can't do that.
Well, I'm sure on Lady Killer's turn, he can get that door open.
Yeah, but I'm impatient. And I don't ever want to admit I need a fucking data streamer's help, so I'd probably just go right in for it if I can.
Sure, go ahead and try and cut into it.
What was my roll? Is it an attack roll? Or?
Oh, it's going to be at a negative 30 for trying to get to the door.
Oh boy.
These are pretty solid doors. So it's going to take a little while. You realize as you lower your arc onto the door, and immediately just you see the arc cutter just kind of spreading, the energy dispersing, and not really doing anything to the door at all. Jimmy.
Jimmy just kind of looks at Rowan. He's like, if I die, grab my stack. And he's going to go in.
The room?
So did you use your full action to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, the distance you went, yeah, you would have had to gone up in front of where Roan is, into the door, and then around that way. That would have taken your full action.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so she makes a kind of a half move, a Siobhan.
You're gonna get fucking point blanked. Oh shit.
Jimmy's used to dying.
I want.
I've got the best of insurance.
There we go.
I'll laugh if she fucks it from like.
So she kind of goes from right there and takes a shot at you, but you're still behind cover as well.
Miss.
And she misses. She's holding onto her wounds as she raises her weapon up. She's barely kind of keeping it together, and fires, and you see the spread hit the wall around you, but doesn't get to you.
Jimmy mumbles something to himself about not even as good as the mob.
So this is where Taffy would take a turn, but Taffy is inconspicuously not in this room anymore. It's Lady Killer's turn.
Yeah, Lady Killer says right now, "Do you need my assistance?" And goes to open the door.
Oh, yeah, over there.
Just so we're clear, I never fucking asked for it, but sure, thanks.
So, opens the door, and you look in, and you see, another room that has, a table sitting on it, and you see a metal box in the right-hand corner, and a camera that's pointed right at that metal box.
Hey, Windows 98, there's a camera in here.
And
Take a look at that when you're not, I don't know, checking out data stream porn or something. Ugh.
target acquired, from what I can tell. Open the box and retrieve the contents.
Is it back to me, Dave?
And it is back to you.
Okay. I'm shooting at her again. Jimmy,
Okay.
get out of there.
Do it.
All right.
It's at a -30.
There you go.
Ready for another 26?
Yeah.
So you fire, and as she was moving to try and get around the corner to get more cover from Jimmy entering the room, she opens herself up to your fire, and you hit her as she was backing up into that corner. And go ahead and roll for your damage.
Dang.
No fray.
Oh yeah, he is gonna. Yes.
She should probably try to fray that, because that's about to be
She
nasty.
is,
Oh, crap.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You're good. No.
Oh, she failed. Do it.
but she does not do it, and she slams back into the wall as the bullets hit.
28.
28.
Yes. Yes, Anakin, yes.
And as she's backing in and slamming into the wall, you see kind of blood just spray across the wall, and she hits the wall, and she looks at you, and she says, "I'll see you again." And she slides down and slumps over.
Please recover her
Yeah,
cortical stack,
boy.
Jimmy. I can perform psychosurgery later if necessary.
I love it.
You got like a psycho lady killer carrying trophies.
So it's Randall's turn.
Bring the case in here, huh? Alright, great. I'm gonna go in and... I mean, there's a case in here, correct?
Correct.
I'm gonna take the case in one hand. Then
So you basically open the this like big lockbox here, which wasn't locked. It was just sitting there shut. And as you open it, you see inside of it a classical leather briefcase.
Swanky. Well, at least the guy's got taste. Alright, we're done. Let's pack it up and get the fuck out of here.
All right.
So these
We are.
objects I've been previously using as cover, what are they?
Oh, I don't know. Are you guys? What are you guys doing? Are you done with the?
I'm leaving. I mean,
I was gonna say, are you gonna stick around to try and figure out what everything is in here, or are you gonna?
No, I go.
Yeah.
Well, whose turn is it? Does it matter anymore?
What's that?
Does it matter whose turn it is?
It no longer matters whose turn it is.
Okay.
I mean, I can,
I go
if
get-
we're worried about those two things, I can fucking rip out some electrical wires and maybe make some makeshift bomb and say fuck it. But I mean,
I run over and get Lady Killer's trophy.
And I'm gonna.
What does that mean?
The cortical stack.
Okay, so you take your blade out and you kind of roll her over and push her head back. As you go to cut into the back of the spine area where you would find the cortical stack, there's a kind of a shock and a burn, and you realize she had a dead switch.
Lady killer. She's dead.
Very well.
She had a dead switch, so that if her morph dies, her cortical stack immediately destroys itself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I just yelled, "Let's get to the damn shuttle," and I start leaving.
I'm gonna check before we leave. I'm gonna try and check to see what this thing is.
Yeah, I have a guess what it is, but Lady Killer would
I
say...
have a guess too, but...
Yeah, I'm guessing it's some sort of forecasting station.
So, Jimmy, you look inside, and in that little window right there, you actually see the face of Taffy Lewis.
Yeah. Take his cortical stack.
And Jimmy just kind of flips out his wasp knife, and he's like, "I'm a captain."
And you notice the same burning and electrical shock as you try and cut through.
MacGuffin me.
And I say, "Well, fuck it. He's not getting this morph back." And I slit his throat and just walk off.
Fucking petty.
Damage of property. Property damage.
Are we all fucking done here? Are they both dead? Or, well, not dead, but you know.
Gotta get to the chopper. I'm going for the shuttle. I don't know what anybody else is doing.
Proceed with haste.
Put that plant down, Jimmy, you fucking moron.
Jimmy picks up the plate. He's like, "Yeah, I like this thing. I'm bringing it with me."
I'm gonna give the briefcase to Roan if she'll take it, because she's probably quicker than I am.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Here, take this shit. I don't feel like holding this.
I got it. I sling my rifle. Carry the case, and I'm out.
Okay, so you guys walk out, and immediately that alarm is still going off, and you hear people yelling coming from down the halls.
Do we need to go that way to get to our shuttle?
You don't have to go that way to get to your shuttle.
Then we're not.
Lady Killer, which way?
Yeah, I would look at the schematics, which I believe we have, right? And give them the best way to get there based on security personnel.
Okay. So you guys know to get to the shuttle that you would want to go towards the easterly direction. You're still carrying that fucking tree.
Get a movement penalty.
And you hear these people yelling as you're going around the corner, and you hear boots running down the hall.
All right, I get on the security channel and I say, I don't know whatever Taffy's room was. There was a disturbance in the room. Calling all units, enter the room.
Okay, and that seems to work. You hear the chatter over the intercoms about them approaching Mr. Lewis's room, as there might be something going on there. They're not quite sure what, but there might be something happening that they need to investigate.
Right. Where do we go from here?
You guys are going to go straight to the shuttle, I'm assuming. There's an explosion going on. There's alarms still sounding. There's people running by you in all directions. and you guys head straight to the shuttle.
Yes.
And
Damn, I should have grabbed her gun.
I'm surprised no one grabbed weapons.
No.
I don't have hands.
Yeah.
I don't want that shoddy shit. I can make better guns like that at home. Ugh.
My hands were busy occupied carrying a giant tree around with me.
So, you guys make it to the shuttle, and it's right where Jax told you it would be. It's you walk into the bay, the hangar bay, and there are basically 3 shuttles there, and you're taking shuttle 3X007, and you get in the shuttle. And does any of you have flight capability?
I'm pretty sure I do.
I hope you do.
I have pilot's spacecraft of 30.
I have 35.
I had 31.
I have 60.
First things first, as the alarms are going off around you, people are running, security is stomping down the halls. Check to see, everyone go ahead and roll interface to see if anyone knows how to turn this on.
Oh, I'm in.
Fucking says go right there.
Okay, so Lady Killer, Randall, Jimmy, you guys, you've made your way around shuttles before. You know how the basic functions and operations of them. You start flicking switches. It's like you've done this 100 times.
I just interface with the shuttle's computer and just start spinning off forks to turn off everything quickly.
So the shuttle gets up and running. And as the shuttle gets up and running, you see other people running into the cargo bay, and there's security, and they're waving other people into the other shuttles. So it looks like they're trying to offload people in this area into shuttles to get them back into the shuttles and off the ship. The people walking in to get in the shuttles, they're clutching, what looks like fancy jewelry, and they're dressed nice, and you have a feeling that they're evacuating their high rollers, their people of importance, getting them away from all the savagery that's going on the ship right now. They don't know what the explosions are or where they came from. They don't know who set them off. They're worried about a possible, terrorist attack. They don't know what's happening. So they're trying to offload their important people.
Jimmy's going to try and approach one of the, rich people and be like, because he's still dressed like a mook, to carry around their shit. So he's going to try and deceive one of them into giving them their stuff.
Aren't you already on? So hold on, let me understand. Are you getting off the shuttle to go out and do this? Because you were all on the shuttle.
Behind me if he is.
Yeah, if he does that, Lady Killer will remove himself from Jimmy's Ghost Rider.
I thought they were doing it as we were entering.
No, well, yeah, you were already in the ship. That's why you made the interface rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
To try and interact with the ship, the shuttle, because you were inside the shuttle already. And it's from your vantage point inside the shuttle that you notice these people all being kind of loaded into the other 2 shuttles that were in the same bay that you guys were. If you want to get off the shuttle as it's taking off, you can, but I wouldn't trust your partners to not leave you behind if you did that.
Oh, Lady Killer is not waiting. He immediately tries to pilot the shuttle, away.
Okay. Just to get out of the bay, go ahead and make a spacecraft roll.
Okay. That roll. There we go.
Oh no.
That's weird.
Well, I don't understand what happened there.
I double clicked it because it was like stuck. And that was weird.
Oh, okay. So the first one was your roll.
I assume.
So, yeah, so the shuttle starts to lift off, and kind of the way he operates when he was actually inside of a morph. The shuttle kind of slams into the wall a little bit before actually leaving out the entry-exit area and flies off. But he has to first kind of scrape some things up before he does that.
I will need to download a skill soft for piloting.
I'll fucking say.
Would you like to pilot?
I mean, I'm drunk, but sure, if you want me to.
Perhaps I will remain the pilot then.
Great.
Jimmy
We'll
looks
start trip
longingly
time
out the
back
windows.
down.
Maybe you should have a body. Use some hands.
That is irrelevant to flying this ship.
So, you guys leave the ship, and you notice in your immediate area several other shuttles departing as well. So it's not like you're the only ones leaving. So you kind of rest easy in the regards that you don't look suspicious, the only shuttle evacuating the ship during an emergency. You start heading back to Luna, and as you start approaching Luna, there's a crackling, this is Luna ground 554, space shuttle or Axiom shuttle. Can you go ahead and give us your coordinates, your landing, your purpose, and then kind of go over the jargon of where you're going to land, why you're going to land, what facing you're going to have as you hook up to the tow lines, all those kinds of things. And they want to know how many people that you have in the shuttle.
Did we get all the plans from Jax for this stuff? Was it in those?
Yeah, you were given plans because when the shuttle was set up, he also had it arranged that it was going to go ahead and land at a specific area. We'll say it's Luna Ground 55. That's the landing spot for this specific shuttle. And Jack set it up that the receiving personnel there was going to be aware of your arrival and kind of essentially wave you in.
Yeah, and Lady Killer would give the techno babble to someone else to relay to the ground crew, whoever's probably the
do
best
we even need
talker.
a roll, like a talking roll on this, or because we're giving them factual information?
Yeah, you give the factual information until one of the ground people says, "Okay, Axiom Shuttle, we're going to go ahead and have you land in Luna Ground 25." And you know that doesn't sound right, because the information you were given by Jax told you to land at Luna Ground 55.
And Jim kind of looks at the others like, assuming that I'm not being transmitted over the radio, what do we do? That's not the spot.
I say we say copy, and we'll see you at landing area 55.
And Lady Killer's like, perhaps you should convince him to let us land in the correct spot.
So I just respond over the radio saying, copy that, we're landing in 55 like you said.
And he responds, Axiom Shuttle, we're going to need you to land in 25. The multiple shuttle departures at the same time have created a space situation down here. 55 is going to be taken by another shuttle. You're going to need to land in 25. So create a trajectory for 25, please.
Jimmy's gonna try and roll deception over the radio and just be like, "That's a confirmation. We hear 55, 25 is currently occupied."
Go ahead and roll that. And he comes back on. He's affirmative. Go ahead and land as instructed. We'll be waiting. And then someone you can hear as he's closing his mic, someone off mic saying, "Wait, what?" And it goes off.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You guys make your way over to Area 55. And you go to land in Area 55, and as you're coming down, hooking up with the Nectar Skyhook, which is kind of reeling you in and bringing you in, you're just over Nectar by the Skyhook, and they kind of just lower you down slowly. Ground crew down there kind of waving you guys in. Whoever is piloting, go ahead and make a pilot check to see how well you land.
Oh God!
So they're waving you down, and then as you come down, you see one of the guys try and tell you to raise your port side, and as you come down, your port side is tilted. Everyone inside, you can feel the lean of the ship as it starts coming down, and you come down, and it's a hard landing. You just kind of hit on your port side and then level out, and everything just kind of clunks. There's a huge groan from the ship as it finally comes to rest on the ground.
Holy shit, you suck at this. Stretch out.
Lady Killer's like, I am fine.
You don't get to pilot nothing anymore.
I could have flew better when I was drunk. Probably.
Unlikely. I will download Skillsofts later.
Get up, scratch my ass, and go to get out the back.
You go to get out the back, and you guys are basically in a port area of the Nectar station, and you kind of recognize it, but you're looking at it from a different angle this time. Whereas before, you were walking through these halls here that you see now, but now you're in a more kind of industrial type area. Shuttles around you, ships around you, equipment and gear around you, but it's still all part of this port. The crew chief that is in charge of this area, he walks up to your guys' ship as you're unloading, and he looks at you and says, "I assume you had a successful trip."
Yeah, very successful.
Very good. You'll want to go ahead and report here once you've rested. And he hands you a piece of paper that gives you the address to Mr. White's office in the Kobayashi building.
I wipe the drool off my mouth and then hand it to Roan.
The crew chief nods at you and as a a form of acknowledgement, and he says, "Tell Jax the favor's paid," and he walks away.
Wow, that was real clandestine, really spooky stuff, huh?
Glad
So
people got favors.
You guys are back at the station now. They start, of course, doing a thorough security check of everyone departing the Axiom, but with your guys' clearances and papers that were all organized ahead of time, they kind of just immediately let you guys through and let you leave as they continue to figure out who set the bombs and what was going on in the Axiom. There's still a lot of confusion, but they do let you know that they will be in contact with you. Security lets you know they will be in contact with you if anything further develops and they have any other questions.
Jimmy carries his plant with him.
Lady Killer mentions, I do believe, Randall, you might wish to change your morph soon. They might have camera footage of you setting the bombs.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right, let's do this. Let's get over there.
So you guys are in the station. You can decide where you want to go next.
I'm going home. I'm gonna go home and drink and go to sleep.
Yeah, it's probably good to note that it's probably very early morning at this time.
Oh, okay.
I still don't think I've slept for. Well, I only have to sleep 4 hours anyway.
It's probably 5 in the morning, something along those lines.
Jimmy looks like he's kind of off to the side talking. He's like, I don't care how fucking early it is. Come pick me up. I'll give you a fucking banana. Don't worry about it. We'll get this over with. I gotta unload this fucking plant. Yeah, I got a fucking plant with me. Don't. We need some greenery around the house. Obviously talking to the fucking monkey.
All right, what time? When are we gonna meet up to go to Kobayashi's?
We can decide that when you awaken. I will do some research while you sleep.
Okay.
How about you call first?
What'd he say?
Said, why don't you call first?
Oh.
I say, all right, I'll see you. And I start heading off with the suitcase and the note.
So, while this is going on, I'm going to do research on Mr. White. Networking.
So this is an example of just kind of an average downtown area that you guys find yourself in as you go your separate ways. Amazingly, you guys all trust Roan enough to walk off with the briefcase that you put your lives on the line to acquire.
I'm with him.
I don't give a shit. I'm just going. If she walks out with the money, I just go back to my normal life anyway. So.
So David, Mr.
Yes.
White, can I do research on Mr. White?
Yeah, you can do research. I mean, you guys did pretty thorough research before, I thought, and found out. Discovered that he was, import export, professional. He's been in Nectar for a long time. He's above the board.
So Lady Killer will ask Roan, this suitcase, can you open it?
Probably, but I was going to open it at home.
Yeah, he would ask when you were at home.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm trying to open it.
You flick the suitcase. It's the briefcase. Again, it's just a normal briefcase. and as soon as you open it, there's a gold glow over your face.
I'm back. I'm with
Damn, it's Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
We open the briefcase.
Alright. What is it?
It's a gold glow. Pulp
Well,
Fiction style.
he has a gold glow over his face. As he opens it, it kind of washes over him.
It's the soul of Marcellus
You-
Wallace.
Yeah.
And you look down, and you just see. One second. I'm actually gonna get it for you.
As an aside, I'm going to do some personal research on Lady Killer.
How dare you?
I'm concerned. I like to know potential threats, and that's one person I don't trust.
I have a fake ego ID, so you know.
I'm good with computers, believe it or not.
And I have anonymous accounts. Just trying to remember what I have here.
Whenever Doc gives me the penalty, I'll roll.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this visible to Lady Killer and to Roan right now. So you open it up and you see probably a 5-inch version of that right there. Shining gold.
So can I do research on this to see if it comes up in any databases or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Dave, I don't see anything.
Oh, go to your handouts.
Oh, go to handouts.
And it says gold. It's the second tab at the top.
Okay. All right. Can I also? What do I use to research it?
You should have a research skill.
Mm-hmm. I get 25 out of 80.
Okay.
I'm not good. Hold on.
That's an understatement.
So you look at it and you're trying to figure out what it is. But you really can't pinpoint it. You kind of search databases. You have your Muse search databases. You don't really have a clue what it is. Yeah, it's gold sitting in a briefcase, and what's the big deal?
Yeah, you could probably appraise old world or old Earth artifacts would probably be a good one to talk to.
Oh, Lady Killer. Oh, I have researched this artifact and I know its origin. Likely priceless.
And what are Jimmy and Randall going to be doing at their homes?
Drinking, making bombs, and researching Lady Killer, because I need to know more about this curious machine person.
Okay, you can make a research roll on Lady Killer.
I'll do my demolitions first to see how shitty this is. So it's going to be rolling a beat of 70 because they're improvised explosives.
Nice.
They're improvised explosives, but maybe it's the buzz you have, maybe it's the high from coming off of a mission, maybe it's the lack of sleep, but whatever it is, these are the best improvised explosives you have ever made. They are high quality and top notch. That's for improvised explosives, they really couldn't get much better than that.
Everything I do is top notch and high quality, but thank you.
So, what are the stats for your improvised explosives? I mean, what?
I don't have a fucking clue.
Oh, okay. Well, for whatever the stats are, these ones, just take note. We'll get a bonus when you decide to if you decide to ever use them.
I'll look them up.
Yeah, they'll get a bonus because of your margin of success.
Plot device to fuck things up for everybody, but I guess I'll see if there's an actual thing for these.
And how about Jimmy? What's Jimmy gonna do?
Jimmy is... He didn't really get much of a chance earlier. He was just kind of absorbing everything. He's going to try and backtrack this... he's going to go over all the footage of his house, because the last thing you remember doing was basically getting drunk, watching TV with his monkey.
Okay. Going over the footage that you have from your home security, the last thing he sees in it, of course, was the last time you went home, but that was after you woke up in the warehouse. Prior to that, there's 24 hours of you not being home at all. There's no images of you, there's no video of you, there's no recordings of you, there's no indication that you were ever there in those 24 hours. So it's not like you blacked out. There's actually no footage of you even being there. So you just never even stepped foot in your own home for those 24 hours that are missing. Prior to the start of the 24 hours, there is some video of you being there, talking to the monkey, talking to the mook, the monkey kind of making some faces and some rude gestures behind your back, those kinds of things. But other than that, at one point, you walk out of the house. And then you don't return for over 24 hours until that last time you did. But you're just gone. But there's nothing weird. There's no one else in your house. You don't see any breaking or entering, anything like that.
Jimmy kind of stares at it. He's like, "That's not right." Well, I distinctly remember sitting on that damn couch, and that was the last thing I remember. Why the hell did I leave? And he looks at the monkey. He's like, "It's time we start hitting the streets."
Okay, and Randall, you wanted to make a roll?
Sure. We're gonna see if we can figure out Lady Killer.
Okay.
This is at a horrible, horrible penalty.
And just so you know, David, I have fake ego ID, right?
Yes.
I don't know how that works, but
I'll roll. You just tell me how bad or good.
pretty good.
Pretty good. It's an okay roll. Margin of success is the closer.
That's right.
Yeah, the closer to your compared to number, the better. So if you had hit 79, that would have been an outstanding roll. Just like your 59 compared to your 60 was an outstanding roll.
That was a 59 compared to a 70 because I get a plus 10 from making improvise on the thing.
Okay, and still that's still an excellent roll. But 15 compared to 80, it's decent. It's a success, and you start looking up the name, Lady Killer, and as you're researching Lady Killer, there's not a lot of information out there. There's none of the real big social networks, have really any information. There's maybe a blurb here or there about someone saying something about, oh, that Lady Killer character, yeah, whatever kind of thing. But no one has any kind of real opinion other than, oh, that guy. You can't see that he has even any kind of job. You can't see that he has any kind of friendships or any other kinds of relationships. You can't even see that, like, where he came from. He's an infomorph, but did he, evacuated from Earth, or was he an infomorph that was already here on Luna? You just don't have enough research capability right now to be able to parse out any of specific information about him.
I hate to do this to you, but I missed a bunch of that because my internet's being a piece of shit right now. So
basically, what I was just saying is you're able to parse out that Lady Killer is an identity out there. That some people do have commented on, but nothing specific enough to go ahead and make any kind of determination about who he is or where he comes from.
Yeah. Just gonna slug back a shot of whiskey and then go to sleep for 4 hours after I fuck up that research. Write down what I do know.
So can I Mr. White, I want to do. Can I talk to can I use a rep to learn more about Mr. White?
Yes, you can do that if you'd like to.
So I'm going to use. Hold on, let me look. Where's the rep at in this sheet? Morph Muse. Where is it at? You know where the rep is on this sheet?
Yeah, it should be back under story.
Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. So I'm going to use some of my highest rep, just not to say what that is, and try to find out more about Mr. White.
Okay.
I would use up to like 2 points.
Okay. And then I can go ahead and send that to you.
Yep. And I'll just subtract the 2 from my rep.
And does anyone else have anything else they want to do while they're in their homes or resting or out and about before you all meet up?
I want to contact Furnace, let him know that I'm taking care of some stuff that I won't be in.
Okay, you can easily do that, and you don't have to roll for anything to do that. But definitely you can let him know that you are out and occupied right now, and that you're not going to be available in the immediate future.
Yeah,
taking a sick day.
Now that Jimmy's kind of walking the streets alone, doesn't have a crowd following him, he's gonna try and pump as much information as he can from his contacts throughout the area to see if he can fill any of that gap while he was gone.
So you can use. You can either. Well, rep is more for favors. If you're just trying to get information, that would basically be what, research.
Yeah, research.
You just basically asking questions around town.
Stuff like that. Just trying to, really try and pump the pump the streets for information.
Or you could use networking, your networking ability.
Yeah, networking.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, you have.
Network my criminal contacts.
Exactly. Yeah. So go ahead and roll for your networking.
Because everybody who he knows is a criminal.
Okay, so you're asking around. You're kind of in your element. You're going to people you know, and just kind of saying, hey, what's been going on last now it's like 48 hours. Just kind of pumping people for information, more specifically to you. I'm assuming you're asking people, have you seen me around lately, kind of thing, which is kind of odd. They give you funny looks, but they're you do talk to a couple of people who said, yeah, you and the monkey, you guys have been out here. I don't know why you sound confused about that. Last couple of days you've been short, you've been missing. You've been running around, I guess, doing stuff. You got something in the works? You got something planned? Anything I can get in on? People are kind of like looking for jobs, and they know if you've got your fingers in it, you're probably doing something, probably something that's going to make a little money. It starts bringing a little bit of attention to yourself, because people are under the opinion that you've got some kind of job going on now. Based on the questions you're asking and the fact that you've essentially have been off the streets for the last couple of days. So you have several people kind of asking you, about potential jobs that you're working. But as far as anyone noticing anything funny about you, you don't get that feeling, or you don't get that idea. No one's hinting at that or even outright saying it. They just, you just been gone for a couple of days, and they assume it's because you're working a job.
Kind of defeated, I just head home and wait for everybody else. I mean, I spend a lot of time really getting very little.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, besides my rep usage, I'm done.
Just gonna fucking sleep.
I just want to see if I can research any of these people I'm working with, or network. I don't know what I need to use.
Fuck.
What are you going to try and do? Sorry?
I want to just learn more about who I'm working with right now. I don't know if I can network, if I can research. I'm not sure.
Sure, you can find one backs on eBay.
Well, you can try and do research. To network, you would have to network with people that would know them, so that would be a criminal network, I guess. Yes.
So which one?
Whichever one you want.
Okay. So for Lady Killer, well, I already knew Lady Killer, so no, I don't know. I'm going to try and research each of them, and then I'll try and network. So, do I just put an order?
Yeah, well, you just name the order you want, and...
Alright, this is for Lady Killer. Yeah.
Let's see. So, for Lady Killer, you're kind of looking around and you're typing in killer, and you come across someone's like rant about this person, Lady Killer, who buys up XP all over the place, all kinds of XP. If you've got XP to sell, Lady Killer will buy the XP from you. It doesn't matter what kind of XP. Lady Killer buys all of it.
Okay.
Wow, so much XP.
I like movies. I'm a movie buff.
Now, Randall,
you're looking into Randall, and this Randall guy, you get on one of the social networks, and that's more local to the neighborhood that he lives in, and you find out that he has a thriving ice cream shop there or something. You don't. You think it's an ice cream shop, and they talk about how cold and delicious it is, so you assume it's ice cream. But all the kids love going there.
Okay. And then
Jimmy owns this business in the old dock quarters, and he's a huge business magnate, and he has a fleet of vehicles and ships and all this other stuff, and you're not buying it. You're just really not buying it.
Roan is like my grandmother at a computer. How do you turn on the Google?
So you're getting this information back, but you're just not sure really how much you can trust what you're reading.
Okay, now I'm gonna kind of network and see what people know about them. Alright, so Lady Killer.
Not bad.
Okay, so you do your networking with the people you know, rather than looking on social sites and fake news and all that fun stuff. you actually ask some people specifically, and you go you go asking about Lady Killer, and you don't get a whole lot of information. You know that Lady Killer has been known to take some jobs as a hacker, and you're pretty sure that that's probably true since you've seen Lady Killer in action. As a matter of fact, you think you recognize the name, as being someone that did a job previously for your mentor,
Okay.
Captain Moffat.
Okay. All right, Randall. Let me see what I can figure out about Randall.
Yeah, you guys know I have Ghost Riders on each of you. just putting it out there.
So you're searching. You're doing some background checks on Randall. You know that Randall probably has a fake ID, that he's not really Randall. And you know that he probably was doing something in a previous life that he wants to keep hidden. But as far as the details of what those are, you don't exactly know yet. But you ask around, and some people have some things to say as far as Randall being part of extremist organizations in the past. Some people that have used his abilities, his work before. He has a little shop in one of the neighborhoods.
Effing the terrorists.
They don't know exactly what he was into. They just know that he kind of wants to keep it on the down low. But you don't know details.
And then I look into Jimmy.
Jimmy's easy. You ask around the streets about Jimmy, and they're like, "Yeah, that's the fucker that gets himself killed all the time." Him and the monkey and the mook are a threesome that you don't want to be standing near out in public. You stand near Jimmy, and you're bound to get shot along with him. Jimmy pissed off one of his mob bosses in the Genovese family, and they've been having fun killing him whenever they get the opportunity, or whenever they get bored, quote unquote, killing him every chance they get. So he's always kind of an easy target for them, which has kind of made him a little bit of a pariah. People don't really want to be around Jimmy, but at the same time, Jimmy is a street guy and he knows things and he has some street cred. You just don't want to be standing near him.
Okay.
Jimmy's a fun
All right,
call, I guess.
I put the case somewhere safe, and I'm going to bed.
Anyone else have anything they want to do?
No.
Are you just all going to agree to meet the next day?
I'm tempted to just fucking research everybody as well, but I mean, I want to slow it down. So
Jimmy just doesn't care.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, out of game too, you guys just let me know, and you can do that. And I can even do little write-ups of what you find out specifically, kind of stuff.
I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. So
Anyone,
just who I say
anyone
I am.
else?
No. So my rep was what you sent me. That's what I learned for 2 rep.
I got sidetracked. Sorry.
Yeah. I figured. I just unless there's nothing I can spend rep on that's worth it, then I'll just take back my rep. That's fine. But
Okay. All right. So you guys are, I'm assuming, all agreeing to meet at the Kobayashi building the next day.
yeah, it's
Sure.
fine.
Yeah.
So you make your way through the downtown area, the hustle and bustle and the crowds. There's, birds flying everywhere. There's, maglev vehicles, birds type vehicle driving around. People gliding actually through the sky. It's because of the gravity and the way it's set up. People like to use gliders to go from building top to building top. And they just kind of move around that way, and you make your way through the downtown. You all meet up at the Kobayashi building, a tall white building in the middle of one of the more affluent districts of Nectar. His suite is at the top of the building. You guys can take it from here. What are you gonna do?
I head right in.
Say that again.
So you guys take it from here. What is your plan?
I was talking
What do
to
you-
Sal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I head right in.
Yeah, meet up with them and have my flask with them drinking it. Oh, alright, let's just get this shit over with.
Just remember what we hold is of extreme value.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, better to get rid of it quicker.
Agreed.
Hey, let Jimmy hold it just in case something bad happens.
I think that is a bad idea.
You're probably right.
I'm holding it.
Jimmy just shrugs. Like, unless it's a bullet flying my way, you're probably fine.
That's my point.
So you guys make your way in. You walk in. It's it's a public building. So you walk in, and you head to the elevators to the top floor. But to get to the top floor, it's actually secured. You have to page the top floor and ask for permission to come up.
La-di-da. And then,
I use the note we got,
yeah.
whatever it says on there, and I asked for permission.
There's kind of a crackle, and you hear a voice on the other end. Can I help you?
And I pipe up and like, yeah, we're here to deliver a rush package to Mr. White.
Mr. White wasn't expecting any packages today.
Is there anything on the note to help us that we got?
That note was the name and the address.
Okay. I just simply say, like, hey, Darth Vader, we got Jax sent us.
Jack sent you. You should have led with that. Come on up. And you hear a ding, and the light turns green, giving you access to the top floor.
Jimmy just kind of looks at him. He's like, 20 credits says that's a gorilla.
It most certainly is. He has 2 gorilla bodyguards.
So the elevator heads up to Mr. White's office, and it dings, and you guys get out. And
oh, Dave, switch me up.
Yeah, I was just gonna do that right now.
I don't have control of the token either. Not that it's a huge deal, because I don't think I'm going to use my agonizer or call on the guy who's going to pay us, so...
Give us the money now!
Give us the money, Lebowski.
I'll make you piss your pants.
Cut off your Johnson.
Are you afraid of your fucking gorillas?
All right, let me find the more appropriate one for. Yeah, there we go.
Sexy Roan.
So Roan's not walking around in a. So you come up, and the elevator opens up, and down a small hall, the door is opened, and you walk into this office suite area, and Mr. White is standing here waiting for you. He's like, "So, Jack sent you, did he?"
Yeah, you Mr. White?
I am. How can I help you, gentlemen?
I say, this is for you. And I hand the case.
And he takes the case from you, and he nods, "Thank you." And he walks over to his table. He opens it up, and you see the same glow of gold hit his face as he opens the briefcase from the other side of the table. And a smile comes across his face. And then he immediately shuts it and said, "This is very appreciated. You did a fine job. I believe payment is in order." And he hands you essentially the cred stick that was worth, what did I say? 40,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, a cred stick, saying you'll find all 40,000 is there. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nope,
Yeah.
that does it for me.
Jax mentioned that you might know why 24 hours of our memory might be gone.
24 hours. Jax did say he had a team that left town before the same reason, and that he was replacing it with another team that had the same thing happen. Very interesting. I assume you've already heard about the 9 Lives organization. Have you not?
If Jimmy could smile, he would, and he's just like, yeah, a little bit here or there.
Well, they've been wanting to establish a foothold into Nectar for a while now, There has been a lot of people preventing that, the consortium being the main one. Of course, none of the businesses want 9 lives involved in nectar. It's not good for business. But in any case, here they come. I know Jack's hired a few of those brutes. I wish he hadn't, and I'm glad they're gone. But that's not really what you're asking, is it? You don't care about the 9 lives. You want to know what happened to you.
Yeah, that would be the ticket.
Well, I unfortunately don't have all of those details. There is only one person here who does have those details. And
Who's that?
Miss Lady K. You can find her in New Tokyo. It's a small neighborhood, but she is always there. And I think as reward for bringing me my briefcase, you deserve her address. You deserve to have your questions answered. And she is the one to do that.
All right.
Shall I get her address for you?
Yes, please.
Yeah, sure.
We're not gonna get shot, are we?
You might.
So, from behind you, you see this large gorilla walk out. And Mr. White nods over to him. And he says, Hondo, please retrieve Lady K's address for these folks. They'll be needing it. And Hondo says, yes, of course I will, Mr. White. And he goes to one of the back rooms, comes back out. He just scratched down on a piece of paper the address, and he walks over and hands it to Roan. Here you go. Here you go, lady.
Thank you. Can I read it? Does it make sense?
Yeah, it's an address.
Oh, okay.
He can read it and write. What do you think he is, an animal?
Maybe.
Ba-bum.
It's poo. It's written in poo.
Gosh.
He says, well, if you don't need anything else from me, I suggest you go retrieve your answers from Lady K. And then he reaches into a pocket and grabs a treat for his dog. Good boy, Sebastian. And he hands the dog the treat, who eats it out of his hand.
Big deal, my monkey can do that.
Alright, what the hell are we on? An episode of Law and Order? Let's go to the next witness.
Oh, alright. I'm getting tired of this place anyway. Take a drink of my flask and start heading towards the elevator.
Yeah, I'm going the same way.
And Jimmy's got no other leads.
I don't have much care in my heart for the upper class. I
Okay.
just like working with them.
All right, so you guys,
Bomb this place off time.
you guys
On the way-
have. Go ahead.
I just, on the way down, I want to see. I just ask, does anybody know this Lady K? Anybody know anything about Lady K?
I would be researching it as soon as I heard it.
So you know from research that Lady K is the basically the new head of the reestablished Yakuza. And that's all you know.
Would I have maybe worked with some of her guys before, just as a whole I fucking sell weapons and shit thing? Not that anybody else knows that, but or fix weapons.
I thought you had an ice cream shop. No.
Well, as far as you're concerned, if you ask me about ice cream, I plan on telling you about all the scoops that I have in the back of my shop.
Back of my van.
About the guns in my fucking basement.
Lady K is in a different world than you roam around in, Randall. You guys aren't even in the same area as far as, districts that you live in.
No.
Can I roll my... not professional. Some sort of... I know I have some sort of research when it comes to any kind of criminal activity.
Networking criminal, probably.
You can either research, which is basically scouring the mesh, or network, which is going out on the street and talking to people. Yeah, so just from your networking, the type of people you associate with, that Lady K is the new head of the Yakuza, trying to reestablish her organization, which has been very small and very weak up until this point on Luna. After the fall of Earth, the Yakuza was basically decimated, and it's been the Chinese Triad that has come into power, especially on Luna, through business and through the hypercore and through politics and those kinds of things, kind of squeezing the Yakuza out. And Lady K is the remnants of the Yakuza. You also know through your network that there are rumors that she takes prisoners, and when she takes prisoners, she downloads their egos into koi, basically synth koi, that she keeps swimming in a pond near her, so that she can feed her prisoners and just always have them nearby as a reminder of the people that have gotten in her way. So
Jimmy kind of scratches his metallic chin and he's like, yeah, a buddy I had named Tommy Malloy got turned into a fucking fish when he crossed her. She's not one to mess around with. I mean, anybody who can fight out the fucking triad's got respect in my book.
So I'm assuming you guys are downtown, making your way there, because you're networking. So that means you're on the streets. Is anyone going to do anything else? Are you going to go straight there? What's your guys' plan?
I actually want to network, because I have network autonomous. Maybe send out some low-key messages to people that I know and see if I'm popping up anywhere. So I have this I'm trying to keep that security net. Let me see. I'm trying to reach out to other people, maybe in some of my past organizations.
Yeah.
And hey man, am I looking familiar at all with the VODs?
Okay, so you put some feelers out there, as you guys are, basically your muses are doing all of this in the background, as you guys are making your way towards Little Tokyo, and towards Lady K's. I'm assuming that hasn't changed, but as you're doing that, your muses are making contact with all these people, your networks, putting feelers out there, and as Randall does this, he's kind of asking about, hey, what's is my name popping anywhere? Is my old name popping anywhere? Is what's going on? And there's, from the information you've gathered, there's nothing going on. Your name's not hot right now. You do you do recognize that you got pinged a couple times, but quickly realize that was your traveling partners researching you. But anyone of any other kind of importance, whether it be official or law or anything like that, no one has been searching your name.
I'm probably gonna get a bit confrontational with them then as I figure that out. Moment presents itself when they're all kind of grouped up, like sort of come to the front of them. I know you motherfuckers have been looking at me. I know we're working together. I'm gonna tell you one time. Now start rooting around in my shit.
And they all just stare at you silently.
And Jimmy just kind of shoves past him. He's like, I don't give a fuck about you, old man.
Good. Keep it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't you research me too?
No, I didn't. I might now, if you keep it up. I don't need anybody in my business.
Oh, Mr. Tough Man.
I suggest that you all, as they say, relax.
Can't wait to figure this out and get this fucking computer out of my head.
I'm also in your Ghost Rider module that has been on you since we left the spaceship.
Oh, this? And I'm just gonna pull that off.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
Is it like a cortical stack? What is a Ghost Rider?
It's basically you can host egos on it. Basically, like physically transport
basically,
egos.
He's the devil sitting on your shoulder.
I mean, be careful. This will be my trophy.
Putting that shit in my pocket.
So you guys are standing in the street arguing with each other.
And I'm walking after that. I made my point.
Jimmy just doesn't care. He just kept walking.
Yeah, I start catching up.
Okay.
And Lady Killer would do a bad job of doing a pep talk. It is natural to be angry with someone for looking into personal business, but it is also natural to wish to know who you are working with. And it's just, it's that uplifting, right?
Ironic fucking statement considering the source.
I've worked with 1,000 different fucking people, and I've died for my troubles. I don't give a single fuck anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, which side of town are we going to now?
You are headed. You were in one of the business districts at Mr. White's office, the Kobayashi building, and you are headed north of there. So the park is the center. You guys were just at the basically, if the central park is obviously the center of the crater. The business district you were in was just south of that, bordering the park. And you guys are now headed north, essentially around the park, north, and going to be heading kind of a northeast direction, up some of the steps. It's a stepped crater, so there's buildings that are coming down at different levels, all down the crater.
All right, well, if we get close to where Jimmy gets killed, I walk a little bit of a distance away.
Oh, you guys aren't near Jimmy's territory right now.
Okay.
You're not near Jimmy's
flank.
Yeah, you're not in his neighborhood. So you guys kind of make it to the area known as Little Tokyo. It's just probably like a 3 block by 3 block area that is traditional Japanese culture. As you walk in, The entrance to the neighborhood is a large torii gate. It's like a spiritual gate that you walk through. And as you walk through, there's immediately the sights and sounds and smells of Japanese culture. There's the traditional lanterns hanging from businesses that have the clay tiled roofs. There are people out there just socializing and walking around. There are businessmen who are bowing to each other as they hand off their business cards to each other. There's street vendors, there's food and smells, and it's just a kind of a robust place as you enter through the torii gate. And you immediately head over to where the address was for Lady K's office buildings, as it were. You come across the building, and it's a large 3-story building, well, black lacquered, red lacquered building, and out front there's tall bamboo, like a bamboo forest entryway into the building, leading up to the main steps and the main door. The door is just a solid black lacquered door, and that's where you guys find yourself.
Sysat's like, show deference. If we enter, take off your boots. I am nearly fluent in Japanese, so I can translate through one of your vocabulators.
I understand a little bit. But I know a bit of Chinese too.
I'm just doing the whole like talking hands thing every time Lady Killer talks, like blah blah blah. I'm not going to take my shoes off whenever I go in.
And Jimmy's got metal feet, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Dave, is this like a good place to stop, or is there more stuff?
This is the end.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I take my shoes off.
This is the end of the session. If you guys can last, 20 minutes.
Okay,
sure.
That's fine.
So I am assuming someone's going to somehow knock or ring a bell or something.
I'm just going to yell at someone to open the door, I think.
I'll hit a gong.
Like, hey, let us in, come on. We're fucking waiting out here.
I hit the decorative gong.
We're standing out in the middle of the place, taking our shoes off, and old man's waving his hands.
So the large lacquered doors kind of open, like 2 French doors. They just open from the center, and you walk into a large hall with bambooed floors, and you can see the silk screens all along the sides as you walk down a large hallway. And there's no one there to greet you. There's just this door opening up into a hallway down to another door.
Yeah, so Sysat would, or Lady Killer would say something to the effect of "Konnichiwa" and like a open channel, speaking Japanese and basically being very deferent, using traditional Japanese greetings and that sort of thing. I can roll Japanese if you want me to. But...
Okay, no, that's okay. You hear someone coming down the hallway. At the very end of the hallway, the screen opens up, and what looks like a synth, but a synth wearing almost traditional robes and gowns comes walking down the hall, and she says, "Konnichiwa, come this way, please." And she waves you towards her.
Domo, and he would, Lady Killers, follow her.
Alright, more fucking robots. I'm just walking, drinking from my flask, my hand in my pockets.
And the obvious synth morph takes the lead and immediately turns her back on you and starts walking as if to lead you down the hallway. This way, please. And she's walking with her hands, hand in hand, her, in front of her, with her head bowed slightly as she takes small steps in, leading you down the hall and into the next room. And then she pulls the silk shade back and puts her other hand forward and says, Miss Lady K has waited for you.
Domo arigato.
Mrs. Roboto.
Gosh.
Well, this is gonna go swimmingly, I'm sure.
I wasn't
So-
a machine. Mm-hmm.
As long as I don't talk, I guess.
So, you walk in, and different than what you see right here, actually, is a room. You're standing on a small. You walk through the entryway, and you're standing on a small platform. And that small platform in front of you are 4 stones over water. And all around you, in front of that platform, you see just dark water. And then at the end of those 4 stones, there's an arched bridge that curls up onto a higher platform. And at the top of that higher platform is where you see Lady K, and her assistant that led you in there joins her at her side.
Lady Killer, I suggest you bow low.
Do I know how to bow? All right.
With the Yakuza for a long time. I know how to operate.
All right, I bow.
Nah.
Lady K.
Come the fuck on, man. No. You know I'm not. Do I want to? Sure, but I'm not going to.
Oh, Jimmy bows. Maybe not as deeply as the others. More of a cautious bow of, showing I respect your threat, but I'm not going to take you down lightly either.
So, Lady K just kind of nods her head and says, Greetings, travelers. I understand you have questions.
And I will translate anything said over wireless to her to show respect.
Yeah,
obviously.
she's speaking in Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm
I
assuming.
speak Japanese, so I understand her.
Yeah, so I'm acting as a translator regardless.
Gosh. I say, Mr. White said we could come talk to you about missing 24 hours.
You are the 3. I am assuming there is a 4th in this room that I cannot see.
Oh yeah, Lady Killer makes it clear that he's there. He's not hiding.
We got Windows 98 running in the background.
I was informed of your arrival, and I have been waiting. It is interesting to me that you have all arrived here together. I did not think you would. I assumed that at some point you would argue and go your own ways. I am surprised to still see you here.
To be completely honest, once we're done here, I don't plan on hanging out with either of these fuckers anymore, so you're kind of right.
Jimmy just shrugs. He's like, have you seen the prices of a cab? No way in hell I'm paying for that. I'm walking a beeline.
And as you're making your comments, you catch a glance of the water, and you see kind of fish breaking the surface a little bit and going back down.
Yeah, Jimmy kind of leans down and points at one of the fish. He's like, told you, you motherfucker. Told you to be sleeping with the motherfucking fishes. And then just kind of looks back.
Sleeping with the fishes.
Why are you talking to a fucking
Tommy.
fish? The whole time this is coming out in Japanese, by the way, so imagine how fucking ridiculous
That
this
Guido
sounds.
motherfucker. He knows who he is. I can tell him. I don't care if he's a fucking fish or not.
I'm just glaring at the two of them.
Yeah, like, Lady Killer's like, please stay on task. Do, like, a private channel between them.
Oh, whatever. Take another drink from my flask.
Lady K looks semi-amused, and she glances at you, and she says, "That is exactly why I am surprised you are all here together. You can't seem to communicate together without arguing."
I speak English just fine, thank you.
Do you know who I am?
Is she
I
speaking
know
to
that
me
every fish
specifically?
becomes okay.
So if anybody is derogatory to her, I will translate it into Japanese and change what they say.
Oh no, I said it in Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine if you say it specifically in Japanese, but I'm sure she knows English too, but...
For people who have questions, you seem to want to discredit or be rude to the one who has answers. It's surprising.
Rude in what way?
Well, look at your appearance.
I look down. I mean, this is what I wear every day. I don't really have anything else in my closet. Sorry.
And Lady Killer would say something to the fact that they are Ita and compared to her unworthy, but they, just some, like, very caste-based Japanese type of...
Jimmy just completely disregards anything he's saying on behalf of him. He's just like, listen, lady, I've been shot 32 times for get turned into a koi fish. Well, that's gonna fucking suck, but this is who I am. Do you want to buy me a new morph? Go right ahead.
I'm gonna put my head in my hands because I wasn't going that far. I even apologize, but I mean...
Do you know how many pets I have? Can you venture a guess?
I'd say over 126, probably, if I'm just guessing here. I have math whiz, so I mean, I'll make a roll for this if I need to. Unless you want to give that one to me, I mean... That'll be the first time that ever comes into play, yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and roll math whiz.
What's 30 on test involving math calculations? Alright. I'm very happy you asked that question, Miss. 'Cause this could be my opportunity to not fucking die on account of Jimmy. I guess investigation? Perception? I mean, which one should I do here?
No, it would probably be perception. You have no idea. The occasional
I gotta
fish.
beat a 90.
The occasional fish that has popped its face out of the water.
I gotta beat a 90. I sure fucking do.
So you tell her 125, and she looks back and says, While that's a very good guess, it is incorrect. I have 88 fish in this pond. 88. Now I would love to have 100 or even 125, but I am satisfied with my 88 right now. And then she looks at Jimmy, and 89 is one step closer to having my 100. You came here for answers, not to argue. You three were sent here by Mr. White at the request of another. It has nothing to do with me. I am simply a businesswoman trying to work in this area. Please come out.
So, I think.
Both of you, please come out.
Okay, it's getting weird.
All right.
These are my bodyguards, Ichi and Ni. They are going to show you to the room that has your answers. Will you please take them, Ichi? Please take them. Ni.
I had to. Obviously, I do not say this, but in my mind, I'm sending that to Lady Killer to fuck with him because I know he's very respectful of this lady.
You sent that to Lady Killer?
Over a private channel. It's Itchy Knee, huh?
And Lady Killer not understand. Jack says 1 and 2. Completely oblivious.
Yeah.
Jimmy's just gonna be like, if I'm gonna find my body back there, I'm gonna be really pissed.
We are going to show you show you to the side room. Could you please follow them?
Lady Killer is preparing
All
to
right.
delete all copies of himself. So you know.
Yeah. I follow him.
Yeah, I'll deal with him.
So, are you going to follow them?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna try to bullshit. I'm not gonna drag this on, but I'm gonna bullshit one of the guards and ask one of those guys and ask about work assignments or something because I'm trying to make some money off of working with Yakuza. So I was gonna throw that at one of these fucking. I'm sure there'll be silent companions, but it's not gonna stop me from doing it.
Yeah, you try and talk to them, but they don't say a word to you.
I'm gonna take silence as you'll bring it up because I can fix a lot of shit. So yeah, give them the finger guns.
So, you are led to a back room off to the side.
Hello, my name is Ghost.
Where you see this woman standing there. And she says, "Well, you made it this far. I honestly can't believe you made it this far. You folks were chosen. Hand-selected, actually. Not by me, mind you. I wanted nothing to do with any of you.
Probably a good choice.
I thought so. But after following you and researching you, Agent Sysat was reporting on several occasions on your whereabouts and your information, and your abilities and your skills. Thank you, Agent Sysat.
Affirmative.
What
You
the
can-
fuck?
He let us know that he kept eyes on you and let us know that you would be worthy options for us.
Take the ghostwriter off.
Shall I
Judge.
introduce myself?
Jimmy just kind of shrugs and looks over at Randa. It's like, you fucking called it.
Looks over at me?
Agent Sysat, could you please introduce yourself?
Of course. I am Sentient Intelligence Sentinel against Titan. An agent for Firewall.
And you guys know through research, through your networking, that Firewall is a kind of underground security firm, intelligence agency that fights against existential threats to mankind. They fight the Titans. They fight the viruses the Titans left behind. They fight anything that creates an existential threat to humans.
Oh, fuck. I can't. Oh, I'm getting involved in this shit again. I'm just rubbing my head.
And Jimmy just kind of like, what the hell are you gonna need with a wisecracking fucking criminal? I'm a dime a dozen. In fact, Tommy over there is swimming around in koi pond was probably better than I was.
If he was better than you, he would be here and you would be there.
The other thing that you three having going for you, well, two of you really, three of you generally, is no one will miss you.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
You got me there, lady.
You can disappear and no one's going to notice. No one's going to say a thing. No one is going to care. So, we have been watching you and running you through a test to see how well you perform. Jax belongs to us. Mr. White is ours as well. Lady K, well, she helped us. She occasionally does business with us. She is not one of us. But we needed her services and we sometimes exchange services. She is an asset of ours.
And you want me to do something for you because I'm expendable?
Oh, you are definitely expendable, Roan. You have no life, you have no family, but you came highly qualified and highly talked about by Captain Moffat. Oh, I see the look of surprise on your face. Yes, Captain Moffat is also Firewall.
Great.
What the fuck do I have to do with any of this? I used to bomb buildings and shit. Well, no, I didn't used to. Never mind. Forget I said any of that shit.
Listen, Randall or Mick, we know who you are and we know all about your past. How long do you think it's going to be before the officials find out about it? You can't keep hiding. If we found out who you are, they're going to find out. And they're not going to offer you a job.
Shit, and you guys are? And you guys are gonna keep me away from them? I doubt it. When Luna wants their goddamn criminals, they get them.
Well, I agree. We're not in the best of terms, on the best of the consortium. The consortium doesn't agree with us or what we do. They don't want to turn a blind eye to it, and they try and stop us on occasion. But we're your best chance. You go back home, and I can promise you, the consortium will find you, and they will lock you away for a very, very long time.
Forever.
And Jimmy's just like, and what are you gonna offer me? Because right now, I'm not hearing anything that's blowing my skirt up.
We're going to offer you a new life. We're going to offer you an escape. We're going to offer you a way out of the hell that you live in right now.
And he just kind of is like, the only thing I had going for me, I got shot for. And then I got shot for again and again until it happened 30 more times after that. So unless you can offer me that, which I find a very fat chance, I don't know.
Well, we already have her being moved off of Luna and away from the Genovese family. We thought you might say that. If you want a chance to reunite with her at some point, I suggest that you take our job. Take our offer.
And he just shuts up and kind of... No, actually he does. It's just like, fuck it. All right, let's do this.
If you ever want to see Claire again, you'll join us.
You had me at fucking Claire.
At fucking her, huh? I don't think she ever said anything about that.
Too late. That's what I got shot for, smart ass.
So, SciSat, we couldn't tell you what we were doing. We had to test you as well as a field agent. You've never been tested in the field before, so we had to do this. We had to make it sound like there was an actual issue going on with the people you were surveying, surveilling, and see what you would do and how you would respond and how you would react. You did okay.
Understood. Need to download piloting skill softs. Piloting was an error.
Need to download how to fucking run, you fucking mook.
So, we also need you all to join us because we have a mission that we need to send you. You, Roan, because you have inside knowledge, simply with your direct contact with Captain Moffat. You, Jimmy and Nick, well, because you wouldn't be missed. And you, SciSat, because of your unique set of skills. We need all four of you to go back to Earth. We have a mission there that needs to be accomplished, and it's of the utmost importance.
And little displays where where his eyeballs just turn into dollar signs. He's like, if you say, you should have led with that.
And SciSat would say, permission to deploy a fork while there. An alpha fork. Permission requested, I should say.
To deploy a fork for what reason?
Surveillance. As always.
A fork where?
In any electronics that I can find.
Alright, I'll do this for Moffat, but this is the last time. I'm done with him after this.
Don't be mad at Moffat just because he didn't tell you.
I guess I'll go. I have nothing better to do right now anyway.
So
You're gonna cover my drinking expenses, and that's
yeah, I was
pretty
about
fucking
to
steep.
say, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of some of the green sent my way while I'm doing this. I mean, Claire's great and all. She's a great gal, but I like money.
You'll all be compensated appropriately for your work.
SciSat says, chance of survival on Earth is less than 25%. I suggest that these morphs be re-outfitted. Particularly the case morph.
You will have everyone prior to leaving for this mission will have their choice of any morph appropriate for the mission.
Suggest synth morphs due to environmental hazards.
So she starts walking, and she's walking, by these tables. And it's the first time you've noticed the blankets on these tables, the sheets on these tables. And she goes to pull the sheets off, and she says, "There's one last thing." And she pulls the sheets off the tables, and you see yourselves lying on all of these tables.
Jimmy's like, motherfucker, what did I say about finding my own goddamn body when I walked in here? Motherfucker.
I'm just gonna put the cap back on my flask. Yeah, I think that's enough drinking for today.
She said, "I want to thank you all for doing so well. We had to test you. The 24 hours that was missing was while we performed surgery to create your alphas. And then we sent your alphas out and watched while you pulled your missions off. And you did it well. You succeeded. But to join, we need to take the real Roan and Mick and Jimmy back. And we'll download all the information so that they can remember exactly what happened on these missions and how well they performed. But your time is over."
So Jimmy just yawns. He's like, alright, shoot me in the fucking head. Let's get this over with.
Ichi steps out from a shadow and takes all three of your heads off with one swipe. Everything goes dark.
We did.
And that's the end. And you'll wake up. You'll wake up next session as the actual Roan and Mick and Jimmy.
Get yourself some better morphs.
Wow.
Yeah, we just got our heads chopped off.
I get whatever they gave me. I mean,
And Jimmy just assumed the position.
33.
Yep.